I need some hot stuff, baby, tonight. I need some hot stuff, baby, to see it. Sorry. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to my review of The Martian, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Matt Damon. So yeah, that little opening singing was actually one of the songs they used in the movie. Not obviously with me, but the original version. Yeah. So yeah, The Martian. The story is basically that there's this big space expedition to Mars, and Matt Damon's character is marooned on Mars by accident by his crew. They all think he's dead, but he's actually not. So he basically colonizes Mars in order to stay alive. He's marooned there. He's trying to grow, trying to save food supplies, and he's trying to get in contact with NASA so that they can send up some help for him to, bring him home. Yeah, that's pretty much the main gist of the plot. There's not really much else to it. There's this kind of tension within NASA itself, with the director guy and all the everyone involved in NASA. So yeah. So The Martian. Now I must confess, I haven't actually seen many of Ridley Scott's films. I don't think this is his best work. However, it is a good film. I did enjoy it. First of all, I want to say that the cinematography is beautiful, especially for the scenes on Mars itself. So yeah, that was it was a great film to look at. I mean, I ended up seeing it in 3D. I thought, what, why not? It's a space movie. I'll give it a shot. And in terms of depth of field, I suppose it looks nice. The 3D doesn't really do anything, but for movies like this, like in space, I suppose it's quite nice. But yeah, the cast. Now, the movie is mainly centered around Matt Damon. Matt Damon is just Matt Damon. Let's be honest. I mean, I like Matt Damon. He's an engaging screen presence, but it's got to the point now where you can kind of, if you just need a generic, wisecrack character, you cast Matt Damon. That's literally it. His character's just a wisecrack. He's always cracking jokes about stuff. He's this cocky, arrogant piece of shit who's having to try and survive. I mean, which is kind of that's the thing with this film. They want you to feel kind of this emotional struggle that his character's having with being marooned on Mars, but I think the problem is tonally. I can't resonate with the character because tonally the movie's confused. It's playing all of these disco hip hop songs, and it becomes cheesy. That's the biggest misstep for me as tone. They've focused too hard on trying to make it funny. They're trying to play for comedy, which seems very off for this kind of film. I don't mind the songs, but as long as there's a logic to having them in there, they do basically make jokes about it the whole time. So it's really hard for you to feel the deep personal struggle for Matt Damon's character if he's just constantly cracking jokes about the songs and just, being Matt Damon. Granted, there are moments when you do feel sorry for him, but yeah. And in terms of the other characters, I think for one thing to say, there's just too many. There's just so many characters. I mean, look at the cast. I mean, you've got Chiwetel Ejiofor, you've got Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels actually is in the movie. He's actually quite good. He's the kind of the director of NASA. Odd choice to have Jeff Daniels there, but I actually thought he was very good in the part. Jeff Daniels, you might know him from Dumb and Dumber. He plays Harry in Dumb and Dumber, and he's also in the 1996 live action 101 Dalmatians. He plays Roger, and he's in a few other things, but and he's in a new film coming out as well. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I like Jeff Daniels, and he's a nice presence in the movie. You can tell he's very tight on keeping things under control. He wants to make sure that things are going to go smoothly. I mean, obviously because they thought this guy was dead. So yeah. Also, characters like the crew that abandoned Matt Damon accidentally. You got Jessica Chastain. She's pretty good. I mean, but that Kate Mara's in it as well. Yeah, she's gone into space again. Well, actually, she didn't go into space in Fantastic Four, did she? She was the one that stayed there. Anyway, yeah, there's just far too many characters, and they're trying to give each character stuff to do. It just becomes too crowded. At the end of the day, I just zoned out on like most of the characters. The designer guy, can't remember his name. Is it Bruce? Yeah, he's pretty good. Chiwetel Ejiofor is a good character. He's a good actor. I really like Chiwetel Ejiofor. He gives an amazing performance in 12 Years a Slave, and in 2012 he was one of the redeeming characters. In this film, he's very assertive, and I like that. His character's very assertive. He wants to get the job done. Basically, the whole moral of the story, I suppose you could say, is do the math. Yeah, that's it. That's what I can come up with. The whole moral of the story is do the math, and then you could achieve anything. I mean, that's what Matt Damon is saying at the end when he's talking to all those students about his trip. The movie's kind of cheesy in a lot of areas. I mean, especially when they retrieve Matt Damon at the end. I mean, yeah, spoilers for this review. I might put a thing in the description or just at the beginning of this video just to warn people if you haven't seen it. But yeah, like, and the script, it's not the best piece of writing. It's written okay. I mean, it's just heavily reliant on cheesy comedy. Like, that's the problem. I don't understand the tone of this film. Is it trying to be a comedy, or is it trying to be an intense drama? Like, because that's what it seemed like at first. When the movie started, I was like, oh, this is going to be quite intense, him trying to survive on this planet. But no, it became a bit of a joke, like, in certain scenes. I was like, there's just no need for that, Ridley Scott. There's no need for that, Ridley. Just sit down and think about it. Just think, okay, in the circumstance, you're marooned on a planet. You're not going to be that enthusiastic to make jokes. You're going to be like, right, okay, let's sit down. How are we going to solve the problem? It's okay to have the odd joke. I'm not a guy without a sense of humour. I like to laugh, but when it's appropriate and there has to be a logic to it, this seemed a bit all over the place. Tonally, it's all over the place. I don't really get. And also, to heighten things up, like when they send him up and they're trying to grab him in space, and then everybody in the world is watching, and then at the end they all cheer. It's just like, oh god, like, really? We don't need that. We really don't need that. There are a certain amount of thrilling scenes as well. I mean, the opening is quite good, and when the crops all get destroyed and get blown up, that's quite a hard hitting moment. More of those moments should have really been nice. At the end of the day, the reason why I don't think it is gonna be like a great film is because simply the tone is all over the place. But I don't think it's a bad film. I like it. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't think I'd go out of my way to buy it. I don't think I'd watch it again. It was pretty good. Also, during one of the scenes when I was in the cinema, the projection thing there was a problem. The movie kept jumping quite a bit. So yeah, after that got sorted, that was distracting. But yeah, I mean, I can't knock the cinematography. Cinematography is fantastic, and that is really the best thing about the film, is the cinematography and the actors. The actors do a great job. I mean, yeah, Matt Damon, you can cast him in any role and he'll just be himself. But yeah, they did a good job at making him look skinny though. Like, as you see him deteriorate over time, he's trying to ration himself, trying to ration the food, and he's losing weight, and that was quite that was quite it was kind of scary actually, because he had a beard and all of that lot. Yeah, no, it's a pretty good film. I don't really have much to say about it. Yeah, it's a flawed film, but I don't think it's a bad film. I think Ridley Scott did a competent job at this. I'm probably going to give it an 8 out of 10. I had a lot of fun watching it, but I felt that I should have felt a bit more kind of engaged into the more personal story. They could have stuck more to that and not played for comedy so much. But yeah, I like the cast though. I think the cast are great, even though there's like loads of people in it. Yeah, but no, that's it. I don't have much to say about The Martian. It's pretty good. But you don't need to see it in 3D. Although if you like space movies, it might be quite nice just for depth of field. But yeah, so that's it. Also, there weren't really many trailers. Well, the main one was Spectre, and oh my gosh, hearing that trailer and watching that trailer in the cinema was just immense. Well, it was the second trailer for it. So yeah, that would be my next big movie review. Spectre, which will be coming in a few weeks. I'll probably end up seeing it twice, but yeah, I look forward to reviewing that film. I've been waiting for that for 3 years now. So yeah, that's my review of The Martian. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Put your comments down below. Let me know. And thank you for watching. And as always, I'm Mr. Tuddles11. So see ya.